Hello everyone, welcome back to T-Town Garage. We are here today going through some copper. Scrap prices are really up right now. And I was going through some copper line sets and I thought I'd do a video on this. You'll see on the screen here, there's a bunch of these red caps that come with a line set. When you buy them, a lot of them come with a nut already threaded on your copper. These are for like mini splits and stuff. Now, what I want to tell you about these is that these flares on the end of these are not usable flares. Now you can tell I don't use them on any of them because I've got all these cutoffs. Now, the reason for that is, I'm going to try to let the camera focus in on this, but if you look inside the end of this flare here, focus. It's hard to get it to focus on that. Let's try one of these bigger ones. If you look at the actual flare, you'll see that it is not a flare at all. It is not a good shape. It doesn't have the right amount of flare inside the nut. See how it wiggles around inside that nut? These flares are only to hold these nuts in place. Now these nuts, these brass nuts, you would typically don't use because the unit comes with brass nuts for that unit. So all these ones are all the ends that I'd cut off and reflared. Now here's another one. You can see with this one, it's very poor. Let's see if I can get it to focus here. The actual flare surface is very poor. Very little surface area on there to actually make a good seal. And all these are like that. You know, every one of them, they're not good flares. You can tell with that one, it's not a good flare. That one's not a good flare. A lot of people will take these and just use this brass nut, thread it onto their system, and then they're calling me in 2 weeks because it's all the freon leaked out of it. You have to reflare these. Some units are a 33.5 degree flare angle, depending on where they came from. Some of them are 45. I have a tool I use for a 33.5 or a 33 degree flare angle on these. Now this one isn't too bad, but still there's a lip, there's a ridge at the edge of that. And that is just not a usable flare. It will not make good contact and it will not seal that unit up. So you're gonna wanna go ahead and cut these off. Take the nut that came with the system, reflare this end, put a little leak lock on there, and then crank her tight. So we'll keep going through a couple of these. Yeah, and again, and this is not a good flare at all right there. Not a good flare at all. I'll actually go get my flare tool. You can see there's a lip on this top edge. See how there's a groove right there by my thumbnail? There's a groove. And that groove will prevent it from leaking because that's all the seal you get is on that groove right there. That's it. So definitely needs reflared. So all of these are ones that I've collected. Here's one that the nut's already off of. Now that one's not too bad, but you can still see at the very top edge of it. Get my hand in there. Yeah, the very top edge of it. There's a real shiny spot, and that is a lip at that top edge there that will prevent it from sealing. Here's another one. Take a look at it. Again, these are just stamped through a machine really quickly. They're not designed to be the sealing flare that seals the unit up. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go get my flare tool and I'm gonna reflare a couple of these and show you what they actually should look like. And then I'll get these going to the scrap pile. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. This here is the flare tool that I use. It's made by Yellow Jacket. Has all the different sizes on the inside, and it also has a little lever inside here that will actually prevent it from going in too deep. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a flare that we have here. We're gonna start with this one. Now you can see how it's not a real good smooth sealing surface, and there's a lip at the edge of it. So I'm going to put that in there. This is 3/8. I'll put this in here. And I'm just going to re-flare the flare that's on there so you can see what a good flare looks like. So you clamp it in there. And I'm just going to touch it up real quick. So there it is. You can't see it. There it is, clamped in. Now this is set up to do a straight pipe, which we already have a bit of a flare, but since it's so terrible, we have enough room we can flare it out to be a good flare and really show you what that looks like. Okay, so this is what a good flare is supposed to look like. So you can see it has all them grooves in it, and that groove is actually cut into the surface, and it actually mates with the groove on the other end. And when the pressure is applied, it squeezes together and creates thousands of little seals. And that's what actually seals the refrigerant in. I mean, on the new R32 units, they run about 300 PSI. So you got 300 pounds of pressure on that flare joint. Now, another part of this is you'll see is how it fits in the nut. See how it fits in the nut, and it's almost as big as the threads. It could actually go a little more. There's a little too much wiggle room right there. So actually I could flare that a little further. You just want it to clear those threads, and that way when it gets in there, you have maximum amount of surface that when you crank it down, it will create a good seal for you. But even that, you know, that's not a real good wiggle. Let's do one of these big 5/8 ones, or a 1/2 inch, whatever. I think this is 5/8, maybe it's half. I don't know. We'll see what size it fits in here. I think it's 5/8. Okay, so here's the before. That's what it looks like before. This is what it looks like. Oh, it's stuck, hang on. There we go. This is what it looks like inside the nut. You can see all that wiggle room. How there's very little catching at the bottom of that nut. So that's your wiggle right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it on the tool. It is 5/8 diameter. Now I'm just kind of giving me a little bit here because, again, normally you would be starting with a pipe that was just cut off, where there wasn't a bad flare on it already. So, okay, got it on there. Got her clamped down inside there. I run this bad boy tight. Now when you do this, you want to run it tight about 3/4 of a turn, and take it backwards a 1/2 a turn. And just keep working that copper down until it gets the right angle. And it cuts all those tiny microscopic grooves in there. So we'll see how this looks. Now this is a good flare. You can see how there's grooves cut in it, how it takes up almost, that's perfect right there. It should just fit down inside those threads. So you actually have to take this and turn it to get it to go down inside the threads. That means you're getting the full, when you get it down to the bottom, you're getting the full surface area down in there of contact between the pipe and the other end of that flare. So that would be a good flare. I would use that on a system. And you can see it, I'm literally turning the nut back in. It won't just slide in there. You have to thread it. I mean, that's perfect dimensions. And then also, if you look at the actual the flare surface, you can see that there's no sharp edges. There's no like lips or anything. It's a very smooth surface with a bunch of microscopic grooves in it. So that's how you make a correct flare right there. That's what you're shooting for. None of this. I mean, here's what two pipes. This is the bad flare. You can see what it looks like. It has all kind of wiggle. All that's for is to hold that nut in place. That's it. And then down below, here's the good one. That's what a good one, that's what a bad one. So anytime you get a line set and it comes with end nuts on the end, those are only for if you were to lose the nuts that came with the system. Typically, it's like a bearing race kind of a deal. You got to keep them matched up to get maximum bite down on the flare surface. So, but other than that, haven't posted much. Been busy working on a little scrap right now. I haven't really had a whole lot of jobs I could post about recently, but I'm gonna get back to it and start posting. So thanks for tuning in. Check with you guys later.